my name is Marty Finland. I own a small classic car dealership called Car of Your Dreams that's soon to be relocated into Jonestown, Pennsylvania. It's about 20 minutes outside of Hershey, PA. And what we have here today at the Mecum auction in Indy 2019 is a 1967 Shelby GT350, number 16. So it's a very early production car. Shelby wasn't too good with keeping numbers in order, so it wasn't really the 16th car built. It was the third car to come from Ford to Shelby, so that's pretty good. It's very early that way. And overall, when you do the research and the numbers, it's the 10th car that was built. So it has very early production parts. For example, the one-piece handmade grill with the extenders that come out, that was on the very couple first production cars. And another feature for the early Shelbys is a junction block, which is unique to the first couple that were built. The later ones, not too late, but later, actually were black and mounted differently and was totally different shape. Also, the way the headlights mount on the early cars, very early production cars, is totally unique and was never duplicated. Also, another feature on the very early cars that you notice if you're a Shelby fan, there is no emblem on the front. They omitted that for the first, couple cars during production very early on, and they finally started adding them on. But early ones did not get that. You have the inboard lights, which all the early cars had, but it's the way that this shape with the grille and the way they mount is totally unique. So there's a lot of unique features on these very early cars, as well as a half fiberglass, half metal hood and trunk lid. Now, as for the engine compartment, let's get back to that. When these came from Ford and went to Shelby, the drivetrains were already in the small blocks because they use a K-code hypo motor. And the only thing that Shelby had changed was the aluminum intake, change of valve covers, and of course a Holley carburetor. But everything else, as for the engine, did come from Ford. Now, this car still retains its original Autolite fully adjustable shocks, which Shelby's only got. Mustangs did get Autolite shocks as well, but they didn't get the fully adjustable shocks. This still retains it. Most of the time you see a Shelby in 67, you're going to see orange, reddish shocks. They're Coney shocks, which most dealers put on as requests from owners because they were a little better shock. Now, the back of the car, as I mentioned about the gas cap, it's a unique flat gas cap. So you have this piece that goes on an original cap, and you have a unique flat emblem. Now, the most unique feature of an early built 67 Shelby is, of course, the lighting on the scoops. And it's not a turn signal or a brake light, it's a running light. So it comes on when you turn the parking lights on or the headlights, and it stays on. These were just trailer lights, and that's an original. I got an NOS set. It's unique, it's odd, but it makes it really stand out from the later cars. Let's go in the interior now. There's a couple unique features on these early cars as well. First being that it is deluxe interior, of course, on all Shelbys, but the earlier cars, I'd say somewhere in the 200 range and earlier, they went with just vinyl. Where later 200 and on, they went with a comfort weave. So this would still be vinyl, but in here will be a comfort weave material. Now also, the early cars, very early cars, had a 4-point roll bar. So it mounted down here on each side and also in the wheel well. Where the later cars, they hacked the back parts off and they just left it a 2-point. The car goes over the block tomorrow at about between 3 and 4 o'clock. We're hoping that it might break a record. Usual range for a regular 350 car is about 150, maybe 160. But these early Shelbys are very unique. We're hoping we can hit 225, which will be a good record to break. So fingers crossed, hopefully we'll see it, and hopefully have good results.